Hey guys, Matt with a Feral Photographer. I'm going to do a short video today on a topic that I've been seeing off and on social media over the last few years. And it's an issue that we've been dealing with. So maybe this will help a little bit. And that issue is cats that urinate outside the litter box. Now, from our experience, I generally have two categories that can fall into. That's either psychological or it's medical, a physical issue. So if you have recently got a cat, or if you have a cat that's recently begun to go to the bathroom outside the litter box to urinate around the house, the first most important thing that you can do is get your cat to a veterinarian. Let the vet check your cat out. Let the vet make sure that it's not an actual physical problem, a medical issue, crystals or something like that in its urinary tract. They can get that from drinking tap water that's high in mineral content, stuff like that. If your vet gives your cat a clean bill of health, then you're looking at something psychological. We happen to have a cat, Binks. It's our black cat, big, huge, black short hair cat, and I love her to death. She's actually one of my favorite cats. But she pisses all over our house. Now, we took her to the vet a few years back when we started really noticing this, and she got a clean bill of health. There's nothing wrong with her. Nothing at all was wrong with her. So we kind of realized it was a psychological issue. Now, that probably happened before she came to us. Something traumatic happened, and or who knows, she could have been born that way. She obviously has issues, and it took us a few years to kind of piece together that she's, to put it nicely, she's a little off. She'll be sitting in a cat tree on one side of the house, minding her own business, and another cat will be across the house in another cat tree. And for no reason, out of the blue, she will jump down, run up that other cat tree on the other side of the house, attack the other cat, and then walk away like nothing happened. So in our case, it's definitely a psychological issue. But the best advice that I can give you is as soon as you start seeing these behaviors or symptoms, where she's, peeing outside the box, peeing on the floor, peeing in cabinets, peeing on your furniture, get her to a vet. Because at least the vet can tell you that it's either a medical issue that can be treated with medication and then your problem is solved, or it's a psychological issue. And then that's going to have to be up to you how you handle it. The way we handle it is that, we love cats. And I know that, it can be very frustrating to live with. It can be aggravating at times, but I love Binks to death. Jackie loves Binks to death. There's no way we're getting rid of her because we know for a fact that if we pass her on to someone else, nobody's going to want her. She's going to end up in a shelter. She's going to end up getting euthanized. And I'm not going to let somebody do that to my cat. So, thankfully, we've had a lot of our floors in this house, when we could afford it a few years ago, going back a few years. And most of our house now is linoleum. And we chose that for that particular reason. Instead of getting, that kind of fake wood looking panels, which would have been really nice. They do have, gaps between them, tiny gaps, but urine can get down there, get to your floor, and then you'll never get rid of the smell. So we went with linoleum, and for the most part, it's worked out really well. So, if she happens to pee on the linoleum, we just wipe it up, disinfect it, and it's done. So I know what people go through when they're dealing with this, and it can be very aggravating, but, if you're not willing to go 100%, go a mile for your cat, maybe you should consider not getting a cat, which I hate saying because there's so many cats that need homes. But you really have to devote yourself to these guys and give them what's best for them. In our situation, if there was a cat sanctuary somewhere where she'd be by herself and not around other cats, because we've learned that she has issues, territorial issues, we would probably, do that. We would probably make that hard choice of letting her go off to the sanctuary, where we know she won't be as stressed, where she won't be, lashing out, where she won't be, doing these behavior traits because she'll be happy. If we had that option, we would probably do that because that's what's in her best interest. It's not because we want to get rid of her, because we don't. I love her to death. You know, she's huge. I mean, she's probably 15 pounds. She's a big, 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 beautiful black cat. So, but, you know, I understand where people are coming from when they get frustrated, because it is frustrating. I know you guys don't see it from my videos, but I spend a lot of my day cleaning up cat piss, cleaning up cat puke. We actually have an old cat that we saved from the colony, Leo, King Leo. We call him King Louie. Louie, he actually has accidents and craps on the floor. So, you know, a lot of my day is spent cleaning up after these guys. So I understand the frustration, but, you know, the best advice I have for people is if you have a cat that's exhibiting these behaviors, get them to a vet, have them checked to make sure that the urinating out of the box is not a medical issue. Because if it's a medical issue, then it just takes the proper medication to fix it and your problem is solved. If it's psychological, then, you know, that's going to have to be up to you how you handle, you know, the situation with your cat. I would hope you would do whatever is best for the cat. You know, in our case, that's keeping the cat. That's not putting him in a shelter or getting rid of her, because it's not her fault. You know, she's just a messed up cat, you know, and we gotta love her for that. So I hope this helps you guys. You know, I know I absolutely sympathize that it's absolutely aggravating, but, you know, if you're going to take on the responsibility of being, you know, a cat owner or a cat parent, the word owner, I don't know, it's not a word I use, but if you're going to cohabitate with a cat, you really got to go the full mile for that cat. And, you know, that's what we try to do. So I hope this helps you guys. You know, any behaviors that you see like that, you should get checked out immediately by a vet. You know, and there are a myriad of reasons why they could be pissing outside the box. It doesn't have to be, you know, just medical or just, you know, a psychological issue. Another issue is if you end up, you know, adopting a cat that's been declawed, which is a horrible practice, and I am absolutely anti-declawing. I get angry talking about it. It's absolutely barbaric. Cats that have been declawed, a lot of times will have issues going in litter boxes because the clay litter just doesn't feel right on their paws. It hurts them, so they don't like going in the box. That's another issue. Also, it could be, you know, a fear response, depending on where your litter box is. The cat could be afraid to go in the litter box because it happens to be in an area where it feels cornered. Like if another cat comes running in while it's in there, there's no escape route. There could be a ton of issues, but if you take your cat down to get checked by a vet at first when you notice this, at least it will eliminate the medical aspect. So then you know it's got to be something, you know, up here, and you can try and figure it out, unravel it, and deal with it. But like I said, you know, we know our cat is she's a little goofy in the head. You know, she pees in the box, she goes to the bathroom in the box, and then she also pees on the floor. So, you know, and around the house, not just on the floor. It's, you know, we're lucky she hasn't peed on her couch yet, but, you know, she's peed inside a cabinet, she's peed in the kitchen on the floor, she's peed up on the counters on the floor, or up on the counters. So, you know, we know she's not going to change. So, you know, and for people who watch this channel, don't worry, we're never getting rid of Binks. I love Binks. If a sanctuary came up, that would be one thing I would consider. I think Jackie would probably consider it too, if it was in her best interest, if it was a really nice place. But anything short of that, nope, she's not going anywhere. You know, we love that cat. And I have lung issues, and so my lung issues with the cat pee smell, it's bad. It gets really bad. But I also scoop gigantic litter boxes, you know, throughout the day. So I'm breathing in that cat clay dust, and, you know, I'm probably, you know, not supposed to be doing that stuff. But, you know, I love these guys. So that's what we do. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you guys have a cat that's you know, presenting these problems, you know, like I said, my first and best piece of advice is take your cat immediately to a vet. Get them checked out, so that way you know if it's a medical problem, you can deal with it. If it's not a medical problem, then you got to figure it out. So, all right, guys, that's it for this video. Again, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to this channel. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for all the great comments down below. You know, it really makes my day. I know I haven't posted a lot of videos lately. I think yesterday I pushed out 3 of them because I hadn't done it in a few days. I don't know if you guys can see this room, but we're changing room. This is now the office that's next to our master bedroom. This used to be Jackie's daughter's room 30 years ago, and the paint hasn't been changed, but we are going to work on that as soon as we can afford to do that in the coming next few months. We're probably going to go with like a medium gray color, and you know, this is going to be where I do all my photography stuff and YouTubing and stuff like that. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys again. Much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video, and remember to do something kind for cats. Have an awesome day.